Hello, welcome back to F3, Firebase, Firestore and Flutter. My name is Chidebere. This is a training series on Firestore majorly. We are focusing on Firestore, how to add data, access data, update data in our Flutter application using Firebase, Firestore. So in our last two videos, we've looked at how to integrate Firebase and Firestore into our Flutter project, and we've looked at how to add a new data into our Firestore. So um, here, over here, we've been able to add the first data in our last video, and I added this data as well here. So I'll go ahead and delete this document so that we can create it. I just need just one, which is this. Okay, this is it here. This is what I need. So in this tutorial, we'll be looking at how to update our record in our Firestore. There are two ways to update a record. We overwrite what is there and write the new values to it, or we simply update the fields which are specified in it. So for us to do this, let's quickly uh, add extra fields or extra records here. Let's add extra record. So I'm going to click on this. It adds a new field for us, and then let's change a few things. Let's say John 30 Street 6 Abuja. So with this, let's change this to John. So I refresh, and then we come back to this place, and then I click on execute command. It adds this for us. So let's see what we have here. We have John, and it adds this. So this is how to add a new field. Now let's say we want to update this particular field that has the same name, the same parameter, or the same content as this other one. So this is the field we want to update. Now, for us to update a field in Firestore, we need to know the document ID. This is a unique ID that was generated because we didn't specify any here. You can easily specify by saying .doc. Then you specify the name of the document. But an easier way for us to keep track of the document name for each user or for each individual who is accessing or using our app or whatever it is that we deployed is to use the unique ID that is gotten from authentication. Authentication is when they sign in with email and password, or when they sign in up with their phone number, or when they sign up anonymously, or whatever, what have you. So that can be achieved using Firebase Auth. Firebase Auth will give you the current user instance, the unique ID of the current user. So this is not about Firebase authentication. So we are going to do it manually. So this is the field we want to update here. And so we copy it. We come over to this place, and then we say dot what? Dot document, and this is the document we want to update here. So when we are updating, we don't have anything like add. We only have something like what? Set and what? Update. So as I said before, set will override whatever I have in that place initially in this particular record. It will overwrite, it will delete the existing one and write this new one to it. So let's say I take out this address. I take out this, and we can't have value and ID again because we already know the value and ID specified is a static stuff. So I choose 20 and I say James. So what this will do, I'll refresh here. What this will do is instead of updating just this, and this, just as you see, and maintaining this one, which is not specified, it will simply do what? Delete everything and recreate this document for us. So let's quickly see that. We execute this command, it automatically updates. So this is it here. This is what we have here right now. So what it actually did was to delete the record and do what? Recreate it again. So, but we don't want this. We want a typical situation because sometimes we might need to just update the age, the email address, or the home address. So how do we do that? We can easily use what? Instead of using set, we can then use what? We can then use updates. So let's see what happens when we say update. And let's add what we removed and change this to 24 and change the name to Sally. So we have this the same way, and we just added this. This was not there before. We added this. So this is the only thing that didn't change. John@gmail.com. The name and the age changed, and this is a new parameter or a new field which we are introducing. So for us to do that, we can simply do what? Can simply do a click on refresh, and it will refresh. Then let's see what happens when I click the execute command. It automatically creates the new one, update this, and it didn't touch the email address. So that is how to update a record instead of wiping it and recreating it again. We use the update keyword to update it. So the next thing we want to look at for this tutorial section is how to add um, extra field. Let's say like characteristics of each of these individuals, Sally, James, and John, their characters. How do we want to characterize them? Okay, the three of them are generous, loving, and loyal. So we want to add this to all the records. So how do we do that? What we do is that we, sim we simply do what? This particular uh, guy here updates, then we have this. We have this. We have what? A field called characteristics. So we say field value dot array union, and then open and close. It's an array, so we are going to have generous, have loving, sorry, close this, generous, have loving, and then we have loyal. So this is what we want to add, and once it's updated successfully, we want to add data added successfully. So let's see if this will change. Don't forget the ID which we have here. So let's go back to this place, and this is it here. So I simply click on this. It will add this new field here. So you see it here. It added it as an array for me. This, 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 and this. So this is how to update without deleting or recreating or affecting the existing fields which you have in that place. So this is where I intend to stop for this particular video tutorial. In our next tutorial, we will be looking at how to add sub collections to our Firestore database. Bye for now.